We're going to start off today by talking about how about them Cowboys?
How about them?
The Dallas Cowboys lost again.
Raise Cowboy energy. Let's go.
That's right up there. The Cowboy energy is right up there. So the Dallas Cowboys lost again. They have now dropped to, what are they? 3-6?
Yeah.
3-6. And they got the living crap kicked out of them by the Philadelphia Eagles. But that's not what everybody's talking about today. What everybody's talking about is, of course, their big defensive star, Micah Parsons, returned from injury. And, you know, they are very happy to get him back. Actually had a pretty good game. I think recorded 2 sacks, made an impact. But that's not what people are talking about either. They're talking about comments he made after the game. Everybody knows Coach Mike McCarthy's been on a bit of the hot seat, and he's probably not going to be the coach of the Dallas Cowboys next year. But Micah Parsons, after the game, when asked about the future of Mike McCarthy, didn't just seem to throw him under the bus, but proceeded to get in the driver's seat, reverse over him, drive over him again, and reverse over him again. And because he said this, when asked about Mike McCarthy's future, Micah Parsons said, "That's above my pay grade, whether Mike is coaching again next year." Parsons said to the media, as quoted on Yahoo Sports, "Coaching, Mike can leave and go wherever he wants. Guys I kind of feel bad for are guys like Zach Martin and guys who might be on their last year on their way out, because that's who I want to hold the trophy for." Parsons was not done. "You want to win games and do great things with those types of legends who put in more time and work than Mike McCarthy ever did," Parsons added. "Those are the kinds of guys I have so much sympathy for." So I can honestly not remember, maybe you guys can, ever a time, because first of all, he starts by saying, whether Mike can go wherever he wants to go. Okay, well, that sounded kind of passive aggressive.
Well, just calling him Mike, not even coach or any of that, just straight up Mike.
Yeah, not Coach Mike, not Coach McCarthy, not just Mike. Mike can go wherever he wants to go. Okay. And he goes, "Yeah, I want to win for this guy who's done way more than Mike McCarthy ever has." Correct me if I'm wrong. McCarthy does have a Super Bowl ring, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I could be wrong, but he does have a Super Bowl ring. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Listen, I heard him say this, and I want to get what your guys' thoughts are. But I, as any other football fan, have a load of respect for Micah Parsons. He's an incredible talent. He really is. But for any football player, I don't care how good you think you are, and he's good. He's damn good. But hey, while the team's been struggling, you've been sitting on your ass at home. You've been injured. You haven't even been able to be out on the field. So, and then you never talk about somebody on your team this way publicly. And yeah, I count the coach as a part of your team. And you know what? He's come out since this and gone, "Oh, everybody's misinterpreting what I'm saying." You know what? Here's the thing. There are 2 parts to it. There's what you say and how you say it. And both of them failed. Because you said the words, "Mike can come and go." And, well, this guy's done more than Mike McCarthy ever has. But it's also just the way you said it. You could have simply said, "Hey, you know what I really feel bad about? We got veterans like Zach, and I really want to win for him." That's all you got to say. But he twice had to bring up McCarthy and say, he can come and go. He's not important, blah, blah, blah. And it's just and it's a sign, guys, I think, of a larger problem. And I've heard some other of the sports analysts say this, and I completely agree with them. The Cowboys have a culture problem. I mean, the very fact that you have a locker room like this and you have players, it's like, I'm sorry, I don't care what your record is. You don't come out and talk about your coach. You don't come out and talk about any teammate like that. I haven't heard anything like this, Ryan, since Peyton Manning talked about his idiot kicker. But of course, that was because the kicker said something really, really stupid.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. Ryan, you heard him. What did you think of it?
I mean, he definitely, I've never heard someone to straight up call it out like this. I think part of the issue is everyone knows Mike McCarthy is going to be gone at the end of the year.
Yeah, he's not going to be
Him and his whole staff were on the last year of their deal. They're not coming back. So, I mean, he's not really hurting any feelings, I guess, because everyone knows he's going to be gone. And I kind of thought at first, I'm like, is he talking about McCarthy hasn't done as much for the Cowboys as these other veteran players? And if he said that, if he's like for the Cowboys organization, I don't know if it'd make it better, but at least it would kind of make a little bit more sense of him saying that's not what I meant. But he didn't say that. So it pretty much just comes out that he's not happy with the coach and thinks he should get out of there. The whole team, you're right. It's a culture issue, but it starts at the top, right? It's Jerry Jones. So nothing's going to change until he changes. And unfortunately, it doesn't seem like it's going to change. So I think they have a lot of decisions to make in the offseason. They have a lot of guys signed to big money. I don't know what their plan is moving forward. Who's going to want to come in and coach this? I know someone on ESPN, I think it was Rex Ryan, said Dion should come in and be the coach next year. I'm not sure if that's the best idea.
I got to admit, I don't mind that idea. I mean, look what he did. What was the college? Was it Jackson he was at before Colorado?
Jackson State or something like that.
And he like made that program relevant. Then he came into Colorado, which had won like 1 or 2 games the previous
He
year.
can recruit.
Now they're talking about,
and I think
but they're not.
Yeah.
Colorado's not.
Yeah,
but they might be making it in the college playoffs this year.
Yeah, I think
from
they're
like a 1 or 2
or
team.
7-3 or something like
They're
that.
7-2 right now. I mean, you bring in a guy like that who, I mean, listen, he's got a track record of success. He's won everywhere he's gone. And if nothing else, you're going to have the respect of the players in the locker room because he's Dion.
Yeah, they said he's played for the Cowboys. He's a legendary player. He's now a coach, so he can talk to the other players as a former player, which is a lot different probably than a regular coach. I get it. He hasn't had a ton of experience, but I can see where they're coming from. I don't know if that's going to be the solution, but they have to figure out something because they're going to have a whole new coaching staff next year. All the other their defensive coordinator, offensive coordinator from previous years have moved on to head coaching spots and they're doing better. So
coordinator spots in other places that are doing really well.
Yeah, so they're going to have to figure out something, and it's not a good look. I know Dak's out, but Dak, CD, Micah, and I think another player are signed for big money for long term. So those are their cornerstones. They're going to have to keep them and fill out the rest of the roster.
What if it's like he's a good guy, McCarthy, right? So he's like, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Just trash me in all of the post-game interviews. Dak was on camera like, we fucking stink.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah.
And then they're blaming like the sun.
Oh, yeah, the stadium. Yeah, they
You know
can't
what I'm saying?
see.
So maybe he's like, guys, I'm fine.
Let me have it.
I'm crushing these checks.
Yeah.
Just trash me for the rest of the season.
Who was it that was complaining about the sun?
CeeDee Lamb.
It was Lamb. Like,
Yeah.
And then Jerry Jones was complaining. He built the stadium.
Yeah.
and like, how many stadiums don't have roofs at all? Like,
Yeah.
like every.
Yeah, but does the sun come out every day there?
It's the time change.
Yeah.
No one's losing the ball in the sun in Seattle.
All right.
There's no sun there.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, I did want to take a quick peek at this though, because it's like, look, as bad as Dallas has looked, I gotta ask the question: are they as bad?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they are. They're pretty bad. They're pretty bad.
Yes, they are.
They're
Next
pretty bad.
question.
No, go ahead.
I mean, okay, look at this. So they're winning the games they should win. Like week 1, they beat the Browns, which they should win. Now, then they got blown out by New Orleans, right? That 44-19. And as it turns out, New Orleans sucks.
Yeah.
Like New Orleans really sucks. So that was a horrible loss. Okay, so then they lose to Baltimore by 3. Okay, you know what? There's no shame in losing to the Ravens by 3. Then they beat the Giants, who they should beat. Then they lost to a pretty good Pittsburgh Steelers team by 3. Now they got absolutely curb stomped by the Lions, 47-9. But, no one's stopping the Lions right now. Then they lost. This was a questionable loss. They lost to an undermanned 49ers team. Then they lost to a pretty decent Atlanta team. And then they lost again 34-6 to where I think Rush threw for 43 yards.
Yeah. 45.
In one pass or the whole game?
Nope.
So
this whole game.
just
They brought in Trey Lance, I think.
They don't destroy you, John. I think they beat Pittsburgh by 3.
Did I say they lost?
They lost by 3.
Oh, so
But
you're right. They
Pittsburgh's
beat
okay.
Pittsburgh by 3. That's
But
right.
that was with Justin
their
Fields,
second.
right?
Yeah, but that was before.
That was their
Pittsburgh got
last
going.
win before the 4-game losing
Okay.
streak. So,
I'm just saving you the comments. Dude.
I
That's all.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
So Dak's been out 2 games now.
Yeah.
Is it 2 games? Yeah.
And they say he's going to be pretty much done for the season.
He's having surgery.
Yeah, he's
right?
getting
Yeah,
season-ending surgery.
That's not a good.
Hey, guys, it's Trey Lance time.
I mean, you might as well try it.
Trey Lance time.
Well, sure. Yeah.
Anyway, look, for me personally, I hated the comments that he made about the coach. I mean, yeah. The guy's going to be gone. The whole place is a mess, but if you can't like at least even pretend like you're sticking together, what's the point? And I'm also sorry, you're supposed to be a leader in the locker room. This is how you lead. So I don't know. It's kind of pathetic and just a sign that this team's an absolute mess. Questions for you guys. What do you think about Micah Parsons' comments? I think it's pretty Bush League, but whatever you guys think, jump into the comments and let us know your thoughts.